Do you ever think I'd love to come and work on that lot again?
I
the
do,
Warner Brothers
actually.
lot?
I would love to come back to this lot. This lot has been very, very good to me.
To the outside world, Jennifer Aniston has always looked like someone who has it all. She is one of the most famous actresses in Hollywood, loved by millions of fans, admired for her beauty, and respected for her career. Her role in Friends made her a household name, and over the years she has appeared in countless films, TV shows, and endorsements. She walks red carpets with elegance, flashes a bright smile for the cameras, and seems to carry the dream life that many people imagine for themselves. Yet, behind this glow of Hollywood glamour, Jennifer's real story is much more complicated. Her life has been full of ups and downs, struggles and heartbreak, moments of deep pain and loneliness. Even though she has experienced great success, her personal story is a mix of difficult childhood memories, broken relationships, and the constant pressure of living under the spotlight. To truly understand Jennifer Aniston, one has to look beyond the golden smile and see the battles she has quietly faced all her life. Her journey is not just about fame and fortune, but also about resilience, forgiveness, and the courage to keep going despite disappointments. Jennifer was born into a Hollywood family, but her childhood was far from perfect. Her father, John Aniston, was a successful actor on the soap opera Days of Our Lives, while her mother, Nancy Tao, had worked as a model and actress. To outsiders, the family may have looked glamorous, but inside the house, things were unstable. Jennifer herself once admitted that she grew up in a home where adults were often unkind to each other. She felt unsafe, watching arguments and criticism. That shaped her earliest understanding of love and trust. The deepest wound came when she was just 11 years old. Her father suddenly left the family without warning. For a whole year, young Jennifer lived with confusion, waiting for him to come home. Eventually, he did return, and over time, they rebuilt a fragile relationship, especially later in life, when they grew close again during the pandemic, before his death in 2022. Her mother, however, was even harder on her. Nancy was often critical of Jennifer's looks and behavior, creating insecurities that stayed with her for decades. Their relationship broke down completely when Nancy published a tell-all book about their family. They remained estranged for nearly 15 years and only reconnected shortly before Nancy's passing in 2016. These early experiences left Jennifer with emotional scars, but they also shaped her determination to prove herself in the world. As Jennifer's career took off in the 1990s, she quickly became America's sweetheart. Her role as Rachel Green in Friends made her one of the most recognizable actresses in the world, and her career success only grew stronger with films and endorsements. Around this time, she also found love in what seemed like a real-life fairy tale. In 1998, she met Brad Pitt, who was already one of the biggest movie stars in Hollywood. Their relationship began in a surprisingly simple way: a blind date, without cameras or crowds. Jennifer later described it as easy. Soon after, the press labeled them the golden couple of Hollywood. In 2000, they had a glamorous wedding in Malibu, complete with fireworks and candlelight. The world was fascinated by their love story, and to many people, they seemed like the perfect couple. Together, they built a life that looked full of promise, even founding a production company together. Jennifer often called Brad her best friend, and for a time, it appeared she had found happiness and stability after the challenges of her childhood. But life in Hollywood is rarely as perfect as it looks, and behind the scenes, cracks were beginning to show in their marriage. By 2005, Jennifer and Brad's marriage came to an end. Rumors began to circulate that Brad had fallen in love with Angelina Jolie while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith, although the truth was never officially confirmed. The public believed the story, and Jennifer's heartbreak became one of the biggest Hollywood scandals of the time. Their separation was not private, it was covered endlessly by magazines, TV shows, and paparazzi. Jennifer admitted that the pain was not just about losing her marriage, but about the fact that it all happened so publicly. Everywhere she went, she was followed, photographed, and questioned. Even simple tasks like getting coffee became overwhelming. On top of that, Rumors spread that she did not want children, and many blamed her for the breakup. Jennifer strongly denied this, but the gossip continued for years. The situation left her feeling hurt and judged, yet she tried to heal by focusing on therapy, yoga, and support from close friends. She also poured her emotions into her acting, turning her pain into powerful performances. This period was extremely difficult for her, but it also showed her resilience. She may have lost her marriage, but she did not lose her strength to move forward. After Brad Pitt, Jennifer's search for love continued, but it was not easy. She dated musician John Mayer, but the relationship was unstable. At times, she felt happy with him, but other times she felt ignored and lonely. His unpredictable lifestyle clashed with her desire for stability. Eventually, the relationship ended, leaving Jennifer once again heartbroken. Years later, she met actor Justin Theroux while filming Wanderlust. Their connection was different. He was thoughtful, artistic, and grounded. They got married in 2015 in a quiet ceremony at her home, and for a while, it looked like Jennifer had finally found lasting happiness. She spoke warmly of Justin, describing him as her partner and best friend. Unfortunately, their marriage also did not last. By 2017, they separated, not with scandal, but with sadness that even deep love was not enough to keep them together. These repeated heartbreaks made Jennifer more careful about relationships. She admitted she was no longer searching desperately for marriage or children, but instead wanted to focus on peace and authenticity. For her, love was no longer about fairy tales, but about honesty and respect in the moment. Despite her personal struggles, Jennifer continued to build a successful career and a fulfilling life on her own terms. She purchased beautiful homes in Beverly Hills, Malibu, and Montecito, creating spaces of comfort and peace for herself. She surrounded herself with her beloved dogs, close friends like Courtney Cox and Jason Bateman, and a lifestyle that balanced work with self-care. Jennifer is disciplined about her health, practicing yoga, eating well, and focusing on rest. Even though tabloids continued to publish endless stories about her body, pregnancies, or relationships, she learned to rise above them. In 2016, she wrote a powerful essay rejecting the idea that a woman's worth depends on marriage or children. Later, in 2022, she openly admitted that she had gone through IVF treatments and faced the heartbreak of infertility. By sharing this truth, she helped many women feel less alone. Professionally, she remained successful, starring in the morning show and earning awards and endorsements that keep her at the top of Hollywood. But more than fame or money, Jennifer values peace and authenticity now. She has learned to let go of anger, forgive the past, and focus on the life she has built, one that may not look like a fairy tale, but is filled with resilience, strength, and quiet joy. Today, at 56 years old, Jennifer Aniston continues to be one of the most beloved stars in Hollywood, but her story is about much more than fame. She has faced heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, and pressure that most people could never imagine. Yet through it all, she has shown courage and strength. She has redefined what it means to live a successful life, not by following society's expectations, but by creating her own path. Jennifer may not have the perfect life that the media once expected from her, but she has built a life filled with love from friends, fulfillment from work, and peace within herself. She has turned pain into wisdom and heartbreak into resilience. The woman behind the smile is not a tragic figure, but an inspiring one, proving that even in the harshest spotlight, one can survive, rebuild, and thrive. Her journey teaches us that happiness does not come from perfection or from meeting other people's standards. It comes from knowing your own truth and living it proudly. Today, at 56 years old, Jennifer Aniston continues to be one of the most beloved stars in Hollywood, but her story is about much more than fame. She has faced heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, and pressure that most people could never imagine. Yet through it all, she has shown courage and strength. She has redefined what it means to live a successful life, not by following society's expectations, but by creating her own path. Jennifer may not have the perfect life that the media once expected from her, but she has built a life filled with love from friends, fulfillment from work, and peace within herself. She has turned pain into wisdom and heartbreak into resilience. The woman behind the smile is not a tragic figure, but an inspiring one, proving that even in the harshest spotlight, one can survive, rebuild, and thrive. Her journey teaches us that happiness does not come from perfection or from meeting other people's standards. It comes from knowing your own truth and living it proudly. Jennifer's rise to fame did not happen overnight. Before Friends, she faced many rejections. She worked small jobs, appeared in commercials, and even starred in short-lived TV shows that were quickly cancelled. At one point, she considered quitting acting altogether, feeling discouraged by constant failures. But her big break came when she landed the role of Rachel Green. Interestingly, she almost lost the role because another actress was considered first. However, once Jennifer stepped in, the character became legendary. Rachel's style, her humor, and her charm set trends around the world. The Rachel haircut became one of the most famous hairstyles of the 1990s. With millions of women copying it, Jennifer became not only a star, but also a fashion icon. Over time, her talent went beyond comedy. She proved herself in emotional roles in films like The Good Girl, Cake, and later The Morning Show. Her career has been about reinvention, ever letting herself get stuck in one category. This flexibility is what has kept her relevant for more than 3 decades in an industry that often forgets women after a certain age. Jennifer's story is a lesson that persistence and patience can turn early struggles into lasting success. 1. Of Jennifer's greatest strengths is the way she values friendships. In Hollywood, where many relationships are temporary, Jennifer has built bonds that have lasted decades. Her closest friend is Courteney Cox, her co-star from Friends. Their bond began on set and has only grown stronger with time. Courteney once said Jennifer is like family to her, and Jennifer has supported Courteney through major life events, including motherhood and divorce. She is also close with Lisa Kudrow, Jason Bateman, and several people outside the industry. Jennifer often hosts dinner parties, preferring simple gatherings over glamorous events. Her friends describe her as loyal, funny, and deeply caring. These friendships have been her anchor during heartbreaks and public scandals. When her marriage with Brad Pitt ended, it was her friends who surrounded her with love and protection. Even now, when tabloids continue to invent stories about her, Jennifer leans on her inner circle rather than the opinions of strangers. Her story reminds us that friendships can be as important, sometimes even more than romantic relationships. They provide stability, joy, and trust in a world that often feels uncertain. For decades, Jennifer has been one of the most targeted celebrities by gossip magazines. From the late 1990s to the mid-2010s, she was constantly on covers with false stories about being pregnant, getting married again, or fighting with Angelina Jolie. At times, Jennifer admitted that this relentless attention felt like bullying. She felt reduced to nothing more than questions about her body and relationships. In 2016, she decided to fight back. She wrote a powerful essay for the Huffington Post, where she said, "For the record, I am not pregnant. What I am is fed up." In that essay, she explained how women are pressured to marry or have children to be seen as complete. Her words resonated with millions around the world. Many women thanked her for speaking up about this pressure. Jennifer's courage to call out the tabloids changed the way people talked about her. She was no longer just the girl left by Brad Pitt. She became a voice for women demanding respect